Hi, how is everyone today? We're going to have a very serious subject today. It's probably going to piss a lot of people off. I'm going to give a warning on here. If you can't handle this, it's not for you. If you can, stay tuned in to the very end. It might be very interesting, the things that I'm going to say. So let's start by this. I was talking to Arthur last night, and he was watching something called Radio Quebec, and he said something to me. And now I'm going to repeat what he said. He said, Sonia, I found out why the dark side, the elites, the what have you, do what they do, which they're trafficking people, they're, sacrificing babies, they're eating people, they're cannibalistic, torturing of children, basically. And he goes, they had somebody on there and they said exactly why they do it. And get this. Their whole reason for doing it is to hurt God. And the first thing I did was I had a blank look on my face and I said, that's stupid. And let me tell you why. So when I was done talking to Arthur, he goes, I did not know that. I did not put that together. And I'm sure most people haven't put it together. When I did video 3, I said, and I thought it was a given, but I'm going to repeat it now. And I'm going to go into much detail. Out of source came the dark archon, which is devoid of light. Okay? This came out of source. That's a big statement. Now, step back, and here's where I'm going to lose most of you. Would an all-loving God do this to anyone, especially a part of himself? No. But an indifferent God would, because it's an experience and it's something that has never been done before. And this is where I lose you. This is where I'll lose most of you. When source, in the very beginning, please hang on and listen to everything I say. In the beginning, source separated itself. Source is the static logic, the foundation of all. Source is not good. Source is not bad. It's comprised of all different things. When source separated itself, the first thing that came out of source was the emotion, the mover, the creator, the creator part of source. Source is all, but the emotion, the mover, the feminine. This is why, if you go back and you can look into paganistic, whatever, they always worship the feminine. Well, why do you think that is? Who do you think the feminine is? We are. Every single source that has come out of source is the emotion, the mover, the feminine, the creator, God. That's why I said we're all gods here. We're all able to create. All of us, because we are the feminine, the emotion, the mover. It doesn't mean you're male or female. It just means that aspect of God is us. So when these dark elitists are going around and doing all this to get God back and to torture God so they can feel what it's like, it's redundant. It's stupid. It's like I'm going to take a knife and stab myself in the eye. Now you'll get it. Now you'll be sorry. What? We are all source here on this channel and more that haven't found this. And we're not going to be getting back anyone. So when the dark side are worshiping, and we'll talk about that worshiping next, their dark agenda, doing all these things to hurt God, all they're doing is hurting themselves. Now, let's talk about that worship. Look, at one time, we didn't worship. We celebrated. A celebration of who we are. And of course, that got twisted into worship. No one should be worshiping. Do not give your power away. You are all powerful gods. Celebrating each other and our diversities? Yes, absolutely. But worship? No. The indoctrination has been far, deep, and wide, that we must give our power away and we can't think for ourselves. You know what I always say? No one's coming in to save you. We will save ourselves. We are who we are waiting for, ourselves. And that is to wake up and realize you are an all-powerful God. And you don't need Superman to come in and do it for you. No, you don't. We are supermen, superwomen. We are gods. We are more than that. So I was really upset last night because I had thought it was just known that God is indifferent. If God wasn't indifferent, this experience wouldn't be had. I always said the worst thing is boredom. And every experience was to experience something new because of boredom. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's time for us to say no more. If you are on the dark side and you think that you're doing anything to God, who is completely indifferent, you're mistaken. You better reevaluate what you're doing. I will tell you this, where we are now in this 3D, and we already talked about the timeline and the splits. If you don't get this simplistic message, you're going to stay here. This archon who is feeding off of us, who was designed this way from source, is going to stay the way he is, feeding off you because you are the food. He is devoid of light. And if you keep feeding into that darkness, you are your own worst enemy. And it's as simple as that. You will never go anywhere. You will stay in this perpetual negative hell. I hope you like being there, because if you're not willing to grow out of that and come to a conclusion that this isn't working, and it's actually for both sides, positive and negative. If you think God's going to come in and save you, you got a long, hard day waiting for that. No God is going to come in and save you. You are going to save you. And it's as simple as that. Would you like to graduate out of pre-K? Well, learn that lesson first. We are all powerful gods. We have the kingdom inside of us. We were given this from source. It's as simple as that. Put the worship down. Stop thinking you're going to get back at God and continue going down that dark path that leads nowhere. I will tell you, there will come a point when this is no longer required or wanted or needed, because it will become boring. And when that point comes and source decides everything has been done and it's boring, guess what? The archon will be reabsorbed, and everything that stayed in the archon box will be reabsorbed with the archon. So I suggest you get out of pre-K. Reevaluate your reality if you're in the dark and the negative, because it's not serving you. And if you like being plated up as some food, stay exactly where you are, do exactly nothing. And I think this has been lost. Of course it has. We are the kingdom of heaven inside of us. Find it. A child having a tantrum, thinking it's going to destroy everything around it because it didn't like where it landed, isn't the answer. How's that served you? As you keep getting thrown back into this reincarnation again and again and again. No, it's time to leave. It's time to go. Who's ready to go? Who's ready to graduate out of this? So know that you are everything you were ever looking for. It's within you. You have to recognize it and recognize that no one is coming in to do something for you. And this is for the positive and the negative. So when you're worshiping your negative deities, what have you, it will serve you. You will be served. And if you're worshiping your positive deities, know that in the end, only you can help you. Only you can rise above. Only you can do something for you. No one's going to do it for you. No, they're not. How's that work so far? Let's look at our history. How's that working out? Reset after reset after reset, because we're just not getting it. So I wanted to definitely talk about this. I know that it's not going to be received well because everyone wants to believe somebody will do the work for them. On both sides. They really do believe this on both sides of the spectrum. When in reality, we meet in the middle. And in the middle, you'll find you are more than you've ever thought you could be. You are the love, you are the hate, you are everything. It's for you to decide where you stand within you. Where and how will you rule the kingdom? Here, in you. So I'm not a preachy person, and I obviously don't do religion, but there are some truths that cannot be shirked, and we need to discuss this. We need to discuss how at one time we went from celebrating to worshiping, because we did celebrate. We celebrated everything, and then it got turned into worshiping, which is quite hideous. It's the inversion. I would like everyone to graduate from this 3D negativity. It's time to move on. I mean, I don't know about you, but aren't you tired of it? Isn't it time to start rethinking everything? So if you've hung on as long as now, until now, kudos to you for listening, because I'm sure a lot of you won't even listen to the first 3 seconds, maybe 10, and you've had enough. You got to get out of the indoctrination and reevaluate everything. So this is also for the dark side. You need to reevaluate. How's that working out for you? You like coming back here and being tortured again and again and again? All because of some stupid philosophy you were told? You're an idiot. Works both ways on both sides. Time to step up. Take responsibility for yourself. Know that you are an all-powerful God. And you make the rules. And it's as simple as that. I'll make the rules. I am the God. There you go. I do have nothing against celebrating each other and celebrating our diversities. I actually love celebrating. Give me a reason and I'm there. Somebody had said something once, why do you have a Christmas tree? Because in my reality, a Christmas tree is a celebration of nature, Mother Earth. We should talk about Mother Earth a little bit. You want to know true love? You want to know this true reality? Look at nature. You do have the yin and the yang in our nature. I do know that it was brought down to a most miserable level because at one point it wasn't an eat you reality. But this is a reflection of where we are here. And we really need to move up and move out. There is a better reality waiting for you. You have to want it. You'll have to get out of your negativity. The second your mouth starts spewing negativity, you've lowered your vibration, you're not going anywhere. No, you're not. Because this is how it works. I want to see us all graduate to a better reality. Let's leave the negativity behind. It doesn't serve you. Okay, I guess on that note, I won't make an incredibly long video, but I needed to say this. I don't know how it's going to be taken. Truth is sometimes a bitter pill. It's a bitter pill. But we all have to know about that bitter pill. So here we go. All right, everybody, raise your vibrations. And you know what I mean by that. Go to the higher you. Hold the higher vibration so we can graduate out of this. All right, and have a great day. Bye.